TJ, 4 turnovers already for the UE Red Warriors as Eric Salamat, we haven't seen him salute the crowd in the last 2 games. And a penetration for him, so that's 4 turnovers, 6 turnover points.
And an aggressive move to start for Eric Salamat. He likes that pick and roll and finding his way to the basket.
Acuna goes to his right. Baclao was all over him. 4 on 3. Baclao running, finishing. Eyes behind his back. Jai Reyes leaves it for Nonoy Baclao.
Absolutely beautiful pass there by the veteran Jai Reyes. He likes to be very disciplined in transition, plants himself at the top of the key, and if he has a chance to shoot, he'll shoot. If he sees a trailer, he'll dump it off at the right time.
And Eric Salamat now getting his energy also on defense, taking the steal here. And then Jai Reyes taking it away. Couple of clear position stops. Clear men, no dandruff, just cool hair. 6 fast break points for Ateneo, none for UE so far. And it's 14-8 in favor of the defending champions. Ghana. Samar. Did he make it? Yes, he made it. Nope. Referee said no. Referee Spinetta, Balyacer, and Marabe here. Let's look at a Powerade Hyper Play of the quarter. Powerade Sports Drink. Drink up, power up. Sports is what you make it. That is the 6th fast break point for Ateneo. Now Paul Lee comes in for Abby Reyes.
And I'd say that was the 3rd time around that UE's big men were beaten down court by Ateneo's bigs.
Substitution delivered to us by KFC. It's finger licking good. 5 turnovers for UE after that 24-second infraction. Raba. Ball almost taken away. Paul Lee is top 5 also in terms of steals. He's at number 6 in steals. As we look at our smart instant replay, we're helping Sports. The double, the takeaway.
Good help there by Paul Lee, playing cat and mouse double team, but when the ball is there, he'll take a swipe at it. And I wonder how tired Raba Alaseni is already. He's had 6 attempts and a lot of touches of that ball in barely 5 minutes gone by.
A lot of running too, TJ. Paul Lee puts his head down. They draw the foul from Jai Reyes with 4:19 to play. 14-8 is the score. Paul Lee coming off the bench today. As you look at the rest of the UE bunch, you see Hubalde, you see James Yap, Paul Artadi. Something that they've never been able to achieve is win a title for UE, and a push by Kurt Long on the receiving Paul Lee.
So that puts Ateneo in the penalty now. From then on, you'll see free throws for UE in this quarter as 4 out of the 5 Ateneo players have 1 foul each.
4:15 remaining in the first, and an electric Araneta Coliseum. Espiritu. Acuna, never bashful to shoot a 3. That's short. Kurt Long sends it to Baclao. Baclao could not handle the heat on that pass.
And I'm looking at Coach Norman Blackie is not at all disappointed with that effort. He likes the way Ateneo is aggressive to run today. Just a little bit too much mustard on that one.
Smart instant replay, we're helping Sports. That is, by the way, the 2nd turnover for Ateneo already. 5 on UE, 10 on the 24. Paul Lee fades away. That's a tough shot, and it rattles out. Good defense by Kurt Long. Running the other side, Jai Reyes. All the way!
Wow, look at that. How rare do you see that? Jai Reyes taken all the way to the basket against the big guys of UE.
One of those players graduating, playing his last UAAP game. Paul Lee, top of the circle, 3, that's short. He is 1 out of 12 from beyond the arc in this series, TJ. Reyes sets up Raba. That was too low, I think, for Raba. And he says it too. Here come the shock troopers now for the Blue Eagles. Nico Salva, Bacon Austria for Salamat and Baclao at the 3:16 mark. Ateneo shooting at 57%. We're taking a timeout with Samsung Imagination Lives. On Studio 23, and of course the replays on Balls Channel 34. And it is available in high definition for the very first time in history. This coverage of the finals is available in high definition on Sky Cable 166 Balls HD. The Vice President is among the crowd that is here, celebrities and politicians that have gathered here at the Araneta Coliseum. Turnover number 3 for Ateneo. Paul Lee goes straight away.
careless inbound play there by Ateneo. Straight into the hands of Paul Lee.
And that breaks the spell.
Right.
UE has not made a basket since 8:20 of this first quarter.
That was an 8-0 run by Ateneo.
Jai sends it to Kurt. This is a spot that Al-Husseini
Oh,
loves. He called back.
And there's a foul to boot. And I don't know if he's going to get a warning for this. Did he taunt Parallagas with that pistol move?
I don't think it was seen
Okay.
by any of the referees. He has something to say also to Parallagas.
Another famous UE alumni is in the house.
Robert Jaworski with us right now. Just arrived. Senator Jinggoy, of course, with us also here in attendance in this mammoth crowd, enjoying Sudden Death Thursday. And Rabah Al-Husseini, 4 out of 7 from the field. And right now, 9 points. 19-10, that is the lead. The 9 points from Rabah Al-Husseini. Patty thought about it, top of the circle, being taunted by Rabah. Tough turnaround by Elmer. And Elmer has missed.
That was beautiful defense there by Nico Salva, reading the play and reading the move of Elmer Espiritu.
Nostria back to Jai. Jai inside to Rabah. Cannot finish. Llagas taps it out. Here come the Red Warriors. They don't have the numbers though, but Paul Lee says, I don't care.
They'll find a way to break through the smallest of creases amongst 4 blue shirts.
Incredible shot by Paul Lee. Rabah again. 5 out of 8 from the field by the last year's MVP. And even Enrico Villanueva's impressed.
5 out of 8. 8 attempts already for Rabah Al-Husseini. That's a lot, considering in game number 2, he only had 11 attempts. So you're going to watch out for his fatigue factor here.
9-point lead still. 8 seconds. Acuna for 3. That's short. Salva with his first rebound of the game. Jai has not also rested here as Nico underneath. Trap. Kick it out to Backlund. Backlund finds Jai. Jai from the corner court. That's short. Great challenge by Paul Lee. He closed out on that one.
Good extension there of that zone defense of UE. They were tight inside, and they extended quickly on the shooter.
Patty asking for it. Rabah is breathing hard. Patty looking to bounce on the fatigue. Patty puts it up. No acting jobs will be credited today by the referees, not in the sudden death ballgame.
Not in a move like that.
No flopping as Jai all alone for the 3. Nothing there. Teams are starting to miss now, TJ.
Minsan, nakakailan pa yung ganun eh. You're all alone, wide open, and nobody even cares to go right at you.
Espiritu with an aggressive move.
And more than that, you could see how tired Rabah Al-Husseini is. Not only did he not jump to challenge that shot, he did not even put a hand up to challenge that layup of Elmer Espiritu. So you're seeing Rabah with 9.5 solid minutes here in the first quarter.
2 out of 5 from the field for Elmer. And Rabah continues to ask for it. Rabah free for a minute, for a second rather. Rabah forces that one, asking for a foul. 16 seconds remaining. Paul Lee with a spectacular move. The bang in the bucket from the former San Sebastian star.
What a move, breaking it down behind the back and getting it up and over Nico Salva after the bump.
This is a one-man trip, TJ. This was the one earlier. A Caltex fast break. Caltex with the unbeatable cleaning power of Techron. Here's the other one. Behind the back, the hang time move off the glass. He goes window shopping. And he is 3 out of 5 from the field and cuts the lead down to 5, 21-16. You know, UE is 5, or make that 6 out of 17. While Al-Husseini, all on his lonesome, is already 5 out of 10, DJ.
Wow,
from the
10
field.
shots already. And folks, it's no joke to take 10 shots. And that's why he's getting a well-deserved rest right now.
Against double teams, fine, no?
Against triple, double teams, exactly.
5 seconds remaining. The pocket rocket is in. Cannot finish the play. Takes the ball away, but will run out of time. And after the first 10 minutes of game number 3, Ateneo is on top, 21-17. The biggest lead of the ball game for them was 9. But Paul Lee and the rest of the UE Red Warriors making a little chase to end the first quarter.
Can he duplicate his uncle's feat?
about June Reyes, of course, from that 1987-88 team. As Ryan Buenafe starts the second quarter with a classic double clutch move, and he's one of those players that are being questioned coming into game number 3, where he's at. Him and Eric Salamat, last year's Rookie of the Year, made a major impact against LaSalle in the finals last year, but so far this year has been absent.
Well, he did a lot of that last year, but it's been far and few this year so far in this final series in terms of being a factor for last year's Rookie of the Year, Ryan Buenafe.
Tokyo, Holy Cow player of the game, big beefy goodness and 3 flavors. Holy Cow, Tokyo beef bowls. They're dedicating this season to James Martinez, talking about UE, who got injured. He injured his ACL prior to the start of the season, and if I may repeat the conversation that I had, he was saddened about the injury, not just because wanting to play, but he wanted to play for this coach and for this specific, or with this specific team, because he felt good about it. He felt they had what it took to go to the finals and maybe win it all. So he's in attendance. Salva against Paul Lee.
Good challenge there by Paul Lee, standing his ground, not going for a block and not going for a steal, just giving his body.
Paul Lee scored the last 7 points, TJ, of the first quarter for UE. Parallagas, that will not count. Yes, it was downstairs.
Coach Norman Black is livid with the guys on the floor for not boxing out. He felt that they played good enough defense and challenged that layup of Paul Lee, but then they should have gotten that defensive rebound.
Let's go to Jessica Mendoza and find out what else happening from that side. Go ahead, Jeff.
Boom, barely any smile has been cracked on the faces of the Blue Eagles since they stepped on the court, a testament to the determination with which they are set to defend the championship today. They listened attentively as Coach Norman Black reminded them to always keep a lookout for the open man. Don't force your shots if you don't have to, he told them. Also, Boom, Coach Norman is not as happy with his boys running now as he was in the early minutes of the game. He told them you gotta be ready to move your feet, put more energy on defense, and above all, stay in front of your man. Boom and TJ.
Well, they did try to stay in front of Elmer Espiritu, but he still made the fadeaway as Eric Salamat knocking down his first triple
Of the series. In any finals, probably.
He's 0 out of 8 coming into this game, and he knocks down and sends it home. And the lead again is 7. Paul Lee from way out. That is way short as Baclao tracks it down. 1-4. Salamat begging for the ball. Salamat finding a crease. Unable to put it in though. Baclao dribbles out of trouble and then goes back. Llagas was there to bother him. Elmer Espiritu able to get the rebound.
And the one thing we noticed also in the first quarter when Ateneo was able to hold on to the lead, the guards of UE, their hustle was not yet a factor. And as I say so, we get another guy
from
off
the bench. Flores, for the very first time in the finals, sticking it back to cut the lead down to 5. Let's go to Tiff Atendido from UE.
Yes, Boom. Unlike games 1 and 2, Union, obviously a lot more fans today, and the boys are very inspired and excited to play for them. But they were reminded that if there is anything that they have to prove, it's just themselves that they can do it. Now back to the ballgame, coach emphasized on shot selection. Pasensya lang, forget the numbers, forget the stats. We're not all emotions, we also have the smarts. Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much for the Samson courtside update, Tiff. A foul with 8 seconds to shoot. Barry Llagas, one of those graduating students. Open Happiness with this reaction. And Coca-Cola, Open Happiness. That is already his career high in the finals. 5 points for Eric Salamat.
There you go. And after that, he created an opportunity for his teammates. Drive and drop inside to Nico Salva for the easy layup.
Raba is back in. Substitution delivered to us by KFC. It's finger looking good. Eric Salamat commits a foul on the steal attempt.
That's going to be foul number 2. Let's see if this could slow him down.
Second personal, as you mentioned. 7:19 to play. 7-point lead. Here's Paul Lee, and that's the strip.
You saw it on the wrist right there, on the right wrist of Paul Lee.
Smart instant replay. We're helping sports. Kita yung slap on the wrist. And Salamat now sits on the bench. Jeffrey Long back in the lineup for the Blue Eagles. Espiritu shakes off the sign. He wants Nonoy Baclao 1-on-1. Elmer goes hard against the number 2 shot blocker of the league.
And that is not easy to do. As you know, Nonoy Baclao will stay right with you all the way to the basket.
7:03. but that's part of your keys to winning, DJ.
Taking it hard to the paint, challenging the Ateneo bigs to foul trouble.
Elmer not even challenging that three-point attempt. Elmer lagging behind now in this ball game. 6:48 to play. Llagas picking up the loose ball. Nothing there, and Baclao and Paul Lee. 28-23 is the score. 5-point lead with 6:42 remaining here in the first half. Let's look at this tussle for the loose ball. 13 minutes for Elmer Espiritu, as we saw on our Smart Instant Replay. We're helping sports. Espiritu playing, like I said, 13 minutes in this game, and now the legs are disappearing. You can see it in the game. This is what we saw in game number 1.
He's only sat down for a minute or two so far today. In game number 1,
he hasn't sat down.
He hasn't sat down. Okay. All right. So extended minutes so far for Elmer Espiritu.
And that was key in their game to win, as Jai misses this one. Oh, look at that. Don't tell me this is not sudden death. Jairo Flores reacting. Ryan Buenafe reacting. Baclao keeping everybody aside. Again, we mentioned in the pregame, whoever channels his emotions or their emotions correctly in this series might have the edge. Both of them really aggressive, not wanting to give way. And kudos to referee Marabe right there.
The official call is a jump ball. No foul is called, so it's going to be
possession arrow.
Oh, wait a second. Is there a foul?
Let's check.
Looks like the foul's on Flores if they're going to give free throws to Buenafe.
Coach Lawrence Johnson begging for a jump situation. This is game number 3. The best of 3 finals. The UAAP, both of them get a warning, TJ.
Both of them.
Jump ball. It's a jump ball situation.
All right. So it wasn't sticking with that call of a jump ball, and possession arrow pointing to Ateneo, so they retained possession, but with a fresh shot clock.
5-point lead. Ateneo's led most of the way as Jai puts up the 3. That's short. Jai also playing heavy minutes here in this game so far. Paul Lee, Serge stepping to the hole.
And still saving enough energy till the very last moment for that jump against Kirk Long.
Incredible move by Paul Lee. Under 6 to play. Baclao had Espiritu on him. Buenafe could not finish, but a foul on Elmer Espiritu. And for E squared, as they call him, that's his second personal.
And you like that if you're Ateneo. You like the hustle shown by Ryan Buenafe, especially the guards and the wing guys. They have been out-hustled in both games, even though they won game number 1. UE's guards were out-hustling them, so you like that sign shown by the guys off the bench for the Eagles.
Smart instant replay showing you that one. Let's go to a timeout with Samsung. Imagination lives. Ryan Buenafe on the line. By the way, the warnings earlier were given to Buenafe and Rafi Reyes and not Jairo Flores.
Okay.
Mr. MVP.
And, of course, Smartida's head coach, Raiko Toroman, and our friend May Chupa.
Looking on. With under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Missed free throw. Free throw attempts, 2 out of 7 for Ateneo. UE has only had 1. And they made that one. The lead is 4 now. UE hanging around. Barry looking at the friend, Paul Lee, looking to cut. Ball fades away. No. And Duran taps it away.
Good help defense there from the weak side of Ateneo as UE tried again to beat them backdoor. Similar to what they did in game 2. The big men would hold the ball from the outside and try to pass to the small men cutting inside.
Great drive! Bang in the pocket. Ryan Buenafe on Patty Llagas.
And the kid who has probably the least hang time amongst the athletic players in Ateneo.
Look at the strut of Ryan Buenafe. Let's look at this. Dismantling 3 defenders. Oh, he had him. He had him already. But just upper body strength drilling that basket in. Ryan Buenafe on a strong power move brought to you by PS Bank. Simple lang maaasahan. 2 out of 3 from the field. This guy is imperative. for Ateneo for him to
Big.
show up.
That is big so far. His contributions today
6 points.
are big. The combined contributions, 11 points from him
Yeah.
and Eric Salamat.
That's right. Great point, DJ. In the meantime, as lead again is back to 7. A little bit of sluggishness in the UE side right now. I think they're relying on Paul Lee too much. 3 seconds, Paul Lee ending up with a tough shot. And Baclao was all over that. That free-flowing offense was
Not
non-existent.
flowing. Yep, no ball movement there. Only ball. Up, look out.
Oh! Kurt Long could not will that ball in from the other side.
Could have brought it down though and set himself up for an easy layup, but he wanted to go for the fancy one.
Valacuña thinks slowing down here from the UE side. Paul Lee, spin cycle. Great anticipation by Nonoy Baclao. Jai, able to get out of jail. Raba, we haven't heard from him in a long time, and another bang in the bucket situation.
And he says hello to Duran, who had nothing else to do but foul him. Nice, again, dump pass by Jai Reyes. He has had 3 or 4 crucial assists to the trailers of the fast break. Great decision-making so far by the veteran, Dynamite.
4th assist. That's the 4th one. Brought to you by PS Bank. Simple lang, maaasahan. And Raba Aluseni, 6 out of 12 from the field. 13 points. And it stays at 13. This lead is up to 9, once again matching the biggest lead of the game.
So Jai may not have had a three-pointer yet. He hasn't exploded offensively in terms of his own points, but he has created some opportunities for his teammates.
Liagas from 3. UE starting to struggle here, DJ. Buenafe, Kurt Long all the way to the other side. No. Liagas, no hit. Nope. Did not establish position
At the time,
And now, Elmer Espiritu had to be brought back in now for Erwin Duran because UE is coming unglued so far here in the second quarter.
you know, boom, Ateneo in game number 2, they only had 9 fast break attempts and only 8 fast break points. And today you're seeing a much quicker Ateneo team and really attacking more in the fast break.
Buenafe thought about it with under 4 minutes to play. Baclao asking for it against Espiritu. Long, court 3, gets it to go! And that's the biggest lead of the ball game.
7 points now for Kurt Long. So the other guys who have not been factors in games 1 and 2, Long with 7 points, Buenafe with 6 points, Eric Salamat with 5. A total of 18 points for those wingmen of Coach Norman Black.
Valacuña is rejected by Nonoy Baclao. Jai, looking for a friend or looking for the basket?
Oh, man.
14-point lead.
What a move by Jai Reyes. Not very familiar territory, but creating space inside and getting away.
3 minutes remaining here in the first half. It's a big juggernaut for the defending champions. They're looking to drop the hammer early. It is an 11-0 run. And you know, DJ, I was about to say, or we said earlier, nothing is flowing in the offense of UE. And proof of that, as a blocking foul is called on Paul Lee, the 7 assists of Ateneo, only 1 for UE in this game.
That is a good indication in terms of the numbers. Ateneo really sharing the ball, moving it around, very patient, looking for the best opportunities possible. In stark contrast, it's like day and night. UE, they're back to their ways of nakakanya-kanya, and they're missing so far.
Alaksan FR 3-point shot, body paint kahit saan. Agad talab ang Alaksan FR. Timeout with Samsung, imagination lives.
Can they win title number 5?
Matty Fonachel, Magnum Membrere, all part of the former Ateneo Blue Eagles. In attendance here at the Araneta Coliseum, we are experiencing an 11-0 run by the Blue Eagles. Mr. Jeffrey Carriazo, also on your screens, enjoying the action, and he told me that.
His first
time in the
to watch
UAP.
live.
His own words, he says it's awesome. And it's awesome to have you with us, Jeff. Co-hosting a radio show. 2:36 remaining here. Last basket of UE was 6:04 on that drive by Paul Lee.
Right.
And again, you know, you go back, if you're UE, if you're a fan of UE, you're concerned with the lack of movement, which they showed so much in game number 2.
Right.
They had 8 assists by the halftime, TJ, in game number 2. Today, they only have 1, as we mentioned earlier. It doesn't help that they're not connecting from the outside.
You really also have to credit the defense of Ateneo, denying them the easy looks. They've had to force a lot of attempts.
Kirk Long, Raba has conserved a little bit of his energy here in the second quarter.
He knows he can't take all the shots, trying to set up his other teammates.
And look at this, Jai Reyes on his way, dismissing all the defenders on the Powerade Sports Drink Hyperplay of the quarter. Drink up, power up. Sports is what you make it.
That's going to be the third foul of Buddy Llagas, who has not been an offensive factor today. 0 points so far for the guy who was 8 out of 11 in game number 2.
Jai Reyes, one of those graduating students, hoping to graduate with another title, not just with a title, but with another title. With 1:48 to play, 39-25 is the score. Here, winding down the first half. The UE side, a little stunned with what has happened. 3 fouls on Llagas, 2 fouls on Espiritu, 2 fouls on Rafi Reyes. A winner in the juniors division. Championship last year for Giants. Looking for another one this year. Now the bench.
Wow, really digging
Lawrence.
deep is Coach Lawrence Chongson.
For the very first time, they bring in Ayala into the ballgame. First time in the series.
He didn't even play the Final Four even.
Against FEU, by the way, where UE beat FEU twice. Espiritu missing. Minute 31.
UE has really gone cold here in the second half, in the second quarter.
And again, no ball movement. It's one pass, one shot. That's not how they won game number 2. Buenafe inside. Raba unable to finish that one, and Lady Luck not smiling on UE as they tap that out.
It's half a second for you. Good job. Your field goal percentage is very high.
All my co-hosts are here. Jeff, Mia, and Megan. Kurt Long for 3, that's short. And Ayala with a rebound. UE behind by 15 here in this game. Remember, they won big in game number 2 by 20 points. Acuna, another 3. And another miss. 2 out of 14, TJ, from beyond the arc. At 14% shooting from 3. Raba misses. They're lucky that Ateneo's not making the last couple of shots.
Even the X factors have not gone the way of UE. I have not seen a single guard get an offensive rebound for UE today.
That's a great point, as Paul Lee makes it 2 out of 15 from beyond the arc, and UE has been scoreless for more than 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
It's been a 19-8 scoring quarter. 19 points by Ateneo, only 8 for UE.
4 seconds left. They set up Baclao from the corner. No, that would have been big.